One.
This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 48. Who on 48? Nobody?
You still doing that?
No.
I thought we let that go.
Yeah, what?
I thought we let that go. You still doing that?
Oh, yeah. I'm trying to every once in a while. So
let's just get to it, man.
Episode 48. I am the Flush Man, also known as the Fat Boy, better known as the man who has no problem calling you broadish. Oh, yeah, I'm your Huckleberry.
And I'm
And I'm the NBA. I'm the NFL. I'm the NBA/NFL consultant as far as this podcast.
Oh,
can I go now?
okay.
Can I go now?
What?
All right. You know what's gonna happen next? You're gonna have a fucking shirt on to say the Fat Boy. You know, say NBA NFL consultant. You know how you do it, man. Anyway,
you already know it's in the works.
And I'm Rel, aka Iceberg Shorty, aka the King of Controversial Comments. I said what I said, don't at me. Aka Little Man in the right hand corner. I'm still here. Holla at your boy.
And it's your guy, Cool Mike, aka Dr. Mike, aka your favorite foot doctor, aka the people's podiatrist. Call me Saturday Night Mike. In the future, you're gonna call me Crypto Cool.
With your cool ass.
Here.
What it do, everybody? Homie boy Jew, aka the Charm God, also known as Juice, also the freshest light skin, dark skin, you know. And I got a new name, Butterscotch.
Yo, how you get a name like Butterscotch, bro?
I don't know, man. You know, all the light skin nicknames funny, dog. Anything that ain't like black is I'm gonna get that. It's like Butterscotch, khaki colored.
Is that your stripper name? You out here shaking your ass too?
Oh man.
Coming to the stage.
I'm gonna have to take that one. I gotta come back.
You've been waiting no money. Butterscotch. What song you come out to? My bad.
No! Oh man, dog. That's pretty cold, man.
Hold on. If you was a stripper, right?
Oh, dog.
Everybody, what song would you come out to?
I haven't even put.
I know. like, God, you might want to bring that to the end of the podcast. Cause I had to think on that one.
We had to figure that out.
I want to be real. If one of us would have just came off the dome with that, it's like,
Like you been thinking about it.
Right. You been thinking about stuff.
Like,
I don't know, dog. Because I don't know.
And if you get that far, you gonna have to follow it up with a second song. Like, yo, I'm the first joint, right?
Yeah.
You know, you got the 2-song action. Like, yo,
right. If you listen, if you know the song you stripping to, you definitely got a stripper name already.
Yeah.
For sure.
No doubt.
For sure. It's the So you the NBA analyst?
Yeah, man. I'm the NBA analyst.
Nigga get one pick right now. All of a sudden, he the NBA analyst.
Hey, listen, I picked the Raptors.
I picked the Raptors.
But you also picked the Celtics and the Bucks.
I never picked the Bucks. I never picked the Bucks.
Celtics for sure. Celtics.
You definitely picked the Celtics.
I live in that one.
Yeah.
I'm shocked at the Raptors though.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
To.
I'm not shocked.
Listen, you not shocked? Who not shocked?
I'm not shocked.
Mister, he not top 5? You're not shocked?
I'm not shocked when you lose KD in Game 5 and Clay in Game 6. Who else was supposed to score?
Y'all niggas be getting into me in the arguments because of you saying that he not top 5. That was the argument.
Right.
So I gotta defend y'all when y'all not around with shit y'all saying. Because hey, I'm like, what? I'm like, I didn't even say it.
I said it. Rel said it. Little man in the right hand corner. Fuck out of here. I'm not a Kawhi Leonard fan.
My bad. I'm trying to find a pen, y'all.
I gotta say, Kawhi Leonard right now is probably number 1 in the league right now.
That's tough.
For sure.
That's tough.
I say right now.
Are you saying that because of injuries, or are you saying that because you just believe he's number 1?
I just think he deserved that spot right now to do what he did with that team. He's also the reason why Toronto has his very first NBA championship, which is very weird to me.
Wasn't they the number 1 seed last year before he got there?
In the East?
In the East. Okay. All right. So,
Did they win last year?
so no, they did not. So the difference
Okay.
between the team is DeMar DeRozan and Kawhi Leonard,
Yeah, I think so.
and they beat.
And the coach.
Okay, and they got Nick Nurse, and I mean they was lining his ass up in Game 6 for the timeout he called or didn't call or whatever, and then he literally beat a very hobbled Golden State team, right to the point where because of all the injuries they now have the Lakers coming out the West. You know what I'm saying? In a matter of days because of the injuries, right? So I mean, like, I guess just like we ain't want to give Golden State no credit when they beat the Cavaliers because they limped in or all that stuff. Does that not work both ways?
I don't.
I'm just
I
trying
don't
to figure
think
it out.
so, man. I think Golden State was very much so prepared to win that game. I just
They
think
was
that,
until goddamn going Clay tore his ACL. You're correct.
you're already down 3-2 in the series. I mean, at this point, I don't. You're working from behind, so and the point differential isn't huge. So I don't think the injury on Clay is not the difference maker to me.
Oh,
I think KD is actually turned out to be the difference maker. To be honest.
You gotta respect Kawhi though, man. Like Kawhi,
Yeah, for sure.
he both knees, dog. Both knees are shot, and I'm pretty soon we don't know exactly what's going on, but the next couple of weeks you're gonna find out what he was really going through at the time. That man was definitely in pain. To say like you can't deny that.
well, everybody's in pain. I don't care about that.
But
That's a long
To
season.
carry-
Everybody's in pain at this point, just like the NFL.
Right.
Motherfuckers limping to the
when you
playoffs.
carry a team though, like he carried that team.
You keep saying he
On
carried
two
that
bad
team
knees.
as if that team was the number one seed the previous year. You sound like the same argument on the other end with goddamn on KD. That sounds like the
they were
same argument. What changed?
You lost an All-Star. Come on, dog. A lot changed.
What
They traded
All-Star
for
did they
Marcus Gasol.
lose?
The coach traded DeRozan.
You right? Kawhi was an All-Star. What you saying?
Right.
That's a
Kawhi
one for
come back
one
from-
swap.
He come back from hold on. He played 9 games last year, bro.
So what? That matters none. Is KD not KD if he only played 9 games next year? So fucking what? He didn't want to play for the Spurs. That's the reality. He had a thigh bruise, not a torn ACL, not a goddamn ruptured Achilles, a thigh bruise.
I don't know how people dismiss the injury on Kawhi. To be honest, I don't. Kawhi never struck me as a guy that would be so selfish to decide that I'm just going to sit out for the sake of sitting out. Yeah, thigh bruise, but look what happened when Kevin Durant came back early, right?
Listening to their doctors.
Listening to the doctor. Now all I'm saying is, I'm rolling with the guy who say I'm hurting, despite what all of y'all talking about. I can't go be my best. There's no other reason to not have played for the Spurs. There was no leverage being had to not play, just in general. So I never bought into like he kind of faked or overextended that injury at all. I don't buy into that.
I think it was more of a thing where as though he was hurt. People questioned him being hurt from the coach to the leaders of the team like Tony Parker. And that's when I think he didn't want to be in San Antonio anymore. I don't think he faked an injury to get out of San Antonio. I think the way they reacted to his injury hurt his feelings, which made him want to leave San Antonio. But as much as you're trying to criticize him and say he only had something, look at Isaiah Thomas. And Isaiah Thomas is a prime example of when the team don't do right by you. The team don't sit back here and say that, you know what, because he did such and such and such, we're going to do such and such and such. A la Isaiah Thomas. So if you're a player, you have to look out for yourself. Because at the end of the day, the team will not make you their number one concern. You can win as many championships as you want to win, like Tony Parker, and yet and still, they didn't sign him back, and he had to go to Charlotte and retired a Hornet after all he's done for that team. That has to play a part in it, man.
Business is business.
Right.
Do you think Kawhi could have played? Yes or no?
When it come, okay, so when it come to
No,
him,
you didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. You didn't answer my question. Do you think he could have played?
I
at the same
say
time?
no.
I don't know. I
Okay.
believe what he say.
All right. So then it was a one. So then it was a one for one trade. So it was a 1-for-1 trade, right? DeRozan for Kawhi, right?
Danny Green was in that trade too, but
okay,
I forgot how.
All right, cool. Danny Green was in the trade too. All right, so Danny Green and Kawhi Leonard for DeMar DeRozan and somebody else, right? I don't keep up with the Spurs. I don't really give a fuck.
Okay.
So they still got traded to the number 1 seed. So the difference is Kawhi Leonard is better than DeMar DeRozan. Yes.
Yes.
Okay,
Right.
so he didn't get traded to a 10th seed, an 8th seed, or somebody that wasn't in the playoffs. He got traded to a 1 seed, correct? And then we talking about the East.
Right. Listen, that whole roster.
Then we talking about the East without LeBron.
That whole roster changed. They traded for Marcus Gasol in the middle of the season.
So fucking
Right.
what? Yeah,
So
right.
It don't matter. It just everything just falls into place, right?
Nick Nurse and them starting the young boy Siakam when they ain't
Right.
playing all last
They
year.
were
Exactly.
supposed to start the young boy Siakam.
Who said
Wow,
that?
a different,
You ain't supposed to.
wow,
Right?
a
Who
year,
said
a
that?
difference makes, yo. Wow,
Who said he's
like,
supposed to do that?
Who said that?
so that's what I'm saying. Y'all keep saying
Yo,
get cool
listen,
points,
We
yo.
ain't say that until they
You
beat
you keep saying get
hey,
cool
cool.
points.
the Warriors, to be honest.
Hey, cool
I
juice.
ain't want
Listen,
them to beat the Warriors.
cool and juice. Listen, we gonna have to lose Terrell Morrell because he needs to go be a GM somewhere because he just knows how this NBA shit works and how to run a team. He don't need to be on this
man,
podcast.
you don't get no
We
cool points for motherfuckers developing who they are.
You gotta recognize it.
You get points for that,
I
bro.
don't think so,
Right.
yo. You don't get that from me. Nope.
You should get
For
points
all that, hold
you
on.
should get points for development.
So Toronto shouldn't have lost points for letting Tracy McGrady go to Orlando, right?
Steve Kerr don't get points for developing the Splash Brothers.
No.
Because I'm pretty sure.
Absolutely not.
I'm pretty sure if Toronto knew that Tracy McGrady would have been the Tracy McGrady he was in Orlando, they'd have gave him whatever he wanted.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure if the
Are we talking about front office moves or are we talking about coaching? Which one are we talking about? Because there's a difference.
it's both.
It's what?
It's coaching. and front
Those
office.
things aren't synonymous.
Bro.
I
but
think
listen,
all of the above.
A business move and a coaching move.
How did Tracy McGrady go from where he was at the last year in Toronto?
All right, let me. All right, so let me bring this up specifically. So when you had Luke Walton, who sat in for Steve Kerr, who had the back, you know what I'm saying, problem. They was talking about coach of the year. He should have got this. He should have got that. But then he got to LA where he didn't have a team as good as them, and now all of a sudden he's the worst coach ever and he gets fired. So was he great in Golden State or was he horrible in LA? Which one is it? You can't.
Who gets the credit for drafting Clay? Who
The
gets the credit for
the
drafting
GM, not the
Draymond?
coach. The GM, not the coach. Right?
So I'm saying it's just like the triangle offense. It's just like anything else. You need stable parts of each part. So the coach plays a part, the players plays a part, the front office plays a part. Now, which percentage? You could say the players may be 80% of that.
Right.
You to say none.
So coming out the restaurant bit. I'm with you.
That dude in Toronto, we doing him a disservice. But they about to give him ownership because that motherfucker did such a bang up job with this team. You can't. That's not easy to do. Ask LeBron James and them in Cleveland.
No, I understand what you're saying, but you're talking about the GM now. You're talking about your series.
They all connected, bro.
No, they're not all connected, bro.
GM,
they
bro.
not all connected. So here's the thing: when you're hiring somebody, right? Hold on, let me get this off. Either you're gonna be incredibly smart with a hire, or you're gonna be incredibly stupid. I tell people that all the time when I hire them. You're either gonna make me look really good, or you're gonna make me look really bad. Right? Because when Tom Brady was the 6th quarterback chosen, 199, nobody that day was talking about he's going to be the greatest quarterback to ever live. Right? So when you have that on the dichotomy side, on the other side, we got Peyton Manning, who went overall number 1. There's a difference between 199 and number 1. There's a difference, bro. So
listen.
No.
GM,
There was 6 other GMs that picked people before Tom Brady. Yes or no?
It was 30 other GMs that picked.
I'm talking about quarterbacks. I'm talking about
Okay,
quarterbacks, right? There was
Right.
6 other GMs that saw other things and other quarterbacks that are no longer there, right? That's 6
Right.
people who didn't
But
see
to
the greatness
discount-
in it.
To discount them taking him and to discount him being a backup coming into the season, to discount. Terrell leaving,
He gonna pop back up right now.
Yeah, it didn't shut down. It said something about
Okay.
power save mode, but okay.
Okay.
It's solid. All right.
So,
You got all that?
No, somebody I was cool with saying to discount, so and that's when it popped out. Go ahead, cool.
All right.
what you? I know you're making a point.
Cool, you was making a point.
First. No, so I'm gonna give you a prime example. I think this is a good argument because you could go the or, but I'll say this. This is the part we leave out. I'm gonna go back to like we had when we had Wade Phillips, right? As our defensive the Texans. So different sport, but same concept. GM and you got a coach, right? When we drafted J.J. Watt, yeah, that was a GM decision. However, a coach was involved in the decision. So it all, it all depends. I think there's a correlation no matter what. But it all depends on how well the relationship is between the GM and the coach. And a lot of times it's pretty good. So there are cases. I don't believe a Bill Belichick was like, yeah, let's get Tom Brady. I don't know. I don't believe that. It's instances where the GM is just really making good calls, got a great coach. But there are moments I could see where a Mark Jackson would probably have a good input with the GM in building the Warriors. I could see where a GM and some of these teams and a coach really gets. If you're a good leader, if you're a smart leader, you're going to work with people that know just a little bit more than you as far as players shit. I think GMs make smart financial decisions. They kind of they check the numbers and the stats, but you still need a co-sign by a coach. So it's kind of I feel like you need them both. Exactly. They both have to have a good marriage. They have to be. If you notice, when you see people when you hear about the Klay Thompsons and the Steph Currys and shit like that, because Mark Jackson did call it out. I mean, he said that they were going to be like the best shooting guards in the world and shit. So I mean, I think that's a part where you see a time when you see a GM and a coach working really well together. So I hear what you're saying, Real. You're right. Like a GM is GM. He make calls. He don't have to listen to the coach. The coach is under him, of course, but if he's smart and the team and the organization is smart, they're going to work together.
Like you said, you should need both. If you got a good coach and you don't got a good GM that's bringing you the best kind of players that fit your system, then you won't succeed. If you're a great GM and the coach ain't shit, then the team won't succeed. You need both things.
Yeah, for sure.
So at the end of the day, the GM, take it all the way back to where we started at. We talking about a GM who had a player that was loved by the whole organization, might be the best.
Right.
To go
they
down.
Said Kyle Lowry ain't speak to him all year.
Right.
They say Kyle Lowry owe him an apology because he was right.
You're right. So you take a risk by trading for a player that had 1 year on his contract. That's a big risk. Then you trade for Marcus Gasol, who's damn near 35, and give up your bench depth. That's a big risk. You put Siaka, who played maybe 10 minutes. Now, this is the coach who played maybe 10 minutes and make him a starter. That's a risk. Everybody made risks. It's an everybody thing. Nobody gets more credit than anybody else. Kawhi gets credit. Lowry gets credit. The GM gets credit. The coach who went to a 1-4 in the middle on the wing gets credit.
And I mean, at the end of the day, I think it was just the basketball.
You talking about when he went to the box and won? It made sense to go to the box and win. It worked because there was nobody else to goddamn shoot. You couldn't go to a box and win. You don't get no credit for that. He's supposed to go to a box and win.
Who goes to a box and win?
You go to a box and win when there's only one person that can score that you feel heavy. Who they left open? They left what's his name open.
Stop that shit.
What? Y'all kidding me? They was leaving Draymond wide open. Like wide open. The only person they fed was Steph Curry. Why not go to a box and win?
Whatever.
Why not?
Nigga, I didn't know what a box and one was, and I'm a fucking basketball.
You ain't played enough NBA Live because it's been on there the whole time.
Who plays NBA Live? Bro?
That's how long it's been on there. That's the joke. That's my point.
Your argument is that they beat up on a wounded person. They beat up on a wounded team. So is there an asterisk next to the Toronto?
No, I don't believe in the asterisks.
It shouldn't be.
I don't believe in the
asterisks. You
asterisks.
got to get Golden State one that first year.
I bought that up, bro. I bought that up already.
They had to find a pin, bro.
You reiterating the point. I already brought that up. So we didn't give Golden State no credit for beating up on the wounded Cavaliers team. Why are we giving the Raptors credit for beating up on the Do you think
You
it would have
get
been
credit for beating who in front of you. You
all
get
right?
credit for beating who in front of you.
Fine,
You can't choose
fair
who's in front
enough.
of you.
Fair enough.
I got a question though.
You saying I'm right though? Hold on, you saying I'm right?
No, I'm never saying that. I say fair enough.
Oh,
Why the fuck would I say you right?
He's never saying that. He's never gonna say right.
Fuck him, man.
He's never gonna say right.
Fuck me on Father's Day. You right, brother?
Wow.
Hey,
Cool. I got a question. So Clay has experience in ACL tears, is that right?
yeah.
So can you tell us the difference? I know we have KD with the Achilles injury, and now what's an ACL tear? What is that exactly?
So the irony is that I'm actually terribly qualified to talk about this.
The
too.
foremost expert. You know what I'm saying? Talk your shit, cool.
For reasons being that I actually personally have torn my ACL 2 times.
Wow.
Same knee, 2 surgeries. You know, the last one is I don't know how many years ago now, right?
Yeah.
Right.
So the ACL is short for anterior cruciate ligament, cruciate, right? So if we think about the base cruciate or cruxus, right? Crucifix,
Right.
so cross. If you think of a crossing, all right. So we have an anterior that's in the front and a posterior that's in the back. So anterior cruciate. They're 2 ligaments in the middle of the knee on the inside that kind of crisscross in each other, right? And they are designed for like the stability of the bottom portion of the leg, lower leg, below the knee, the tibia, and the top portion. So when there's instability with certain torque and certain rotational forces at that joint, you can get a failure of that ligament. The ACL ligament is short for. And you could kind of tell if you go back and look at that play. I wrote before I realized the report had come out, and it's on IG or some banter like either MCL and questionable ACL is what I wrote for the report. That was only based on the way that thing buckled, bang, when he kind of hit and where it was. MCL would be the inside. I didn't hear them talk about that, but usually if there is ACL damage, there's one of the extra ligaments also damaged in that process. So yeah, unfortunately, I'm qualified to talk a bit about that. In general on the back end.
Hey, bro, I told you we should have bought him. Did I tell you that shit was gonna work?
So this heavy, man.
Hold on, Juice. Only on this podcast.
Yeah.
Hypothetical report from y'all fucking game up talking that podcast.
Yeah, award-winning, board certified podiatric surgeon. Fucking Saturday Night Mike.
You know what that means? He a bad motherfucker.
It's funny you say it twice though, because I know someone. I was having a conversation the other night about this, and I felt like I knew it when it happened. I felt like that's what it was. I'm like, damn, he grabbing his knee. It's probably ACL. And so there was a young lady at the place, Alley Cat rep at night, and she's like, yeah, I tore mine twice. I'm hearing this be kind of like a common thing. So with Clay, do you think this might be something that he needs to watch out for? Could this be a possible re-injury in the future?
Well, the main thing is, and I think the difference is a couple different things now. So let me take it back. It's funny because the first time I tore it, I was in high school. I was probably like 15 or so. But man, it's crazy because you know how you turn the TV on now and you'll hear ACL or MCL or Achilles or plantar fasciitis. You'll hear these injuries, and even if you don't know what they mean, you heard them before, right?
Right.
That wasn't the case, guys. If you think back 15, 20 years ago, it wasn't the same kind of ubiquitous talk about injuries. It wasn't the same 24-hour news cycle. So we didn't even necessarily know it the same. So when I was in high school, it wasn't no ACL on TV. It wasn't no MCL on TV. So I'm jumping hurdles in high school. I messed my knee up, and the coaches basically like, go ahead, go home and put some ice on it. Now I woke up the next morning, like I had bus rides. It was a bad story because they
it's a long way.
Yeah, they ain't come out, folks. They ain't do none of that when you think about it, right? And I woke up the next day, basically couldn't move my knee. Turns out I had my first ACL tear, right? But like, so they didn't do nothing that you would think that you would do for an ACL tear. You know what I'm saying? Now that you see it. So I don't think it necessarily. I think the difference is you talking multi-million-dollar athletes, multi-million-dollar rehab, and so the reason I probably tore mine more than once is because there are certain weaknesses and deficits that I might have doing certain activities, right? That if you don't go get those measured or gauged or work towards reversing that or strengthening the right muscle group, then that is more of a re-injury risk, really, than having the injury. I think to begin with, it stands to reason that he could probably rehab, work on whatever weakening muscle groups, and do just fine. His game is not an explosive one anyway. You just talking about the repetition, the jump shooting. I believe he'll be fine.
And medicine is better now than it's ever been.
And it's better this year.
They got more knowledge now than they ever had.
The second surgery, thank you, Neef, for bringing that up. The second surgery that I had was actually better than the first surgery that I had. Just kind of recovery, and I don't even know how to explain it, but yeah, it's definitely even better. I would imagine, year on year.
Let me ask y'all this: was that a bonehead move for Clay to try to play on his leg, or was that heart? You get what I'm saying? Like, we want to,
Yes.
And I felt like it was I felt the heart thing. But
I don't think he knew it.
You're not thinking about your future.
Yeah, I don't think he knew it. I think when they
he tried to play.
Adrenaline's a motherfucker, yo.
He shot them free throws and went back on D like he was gonna play D.
Right.
Yeah, I think. Right.
And hold on, if it wasn't for KD the game before, would they have let him play? Maybe.
No.
Nah, they would have put him on.
No.
You think so?
Yes.
Because damn, he was back on D like.
Well, he was also jumping around.
Right there.
But that KD situation made it real. Even if it wasn't the ACL, they was pulling him in.
There are clinical exams you could do to see if that knee joint is stable or not. All they did was take him in the back and put him on that table, and they said he's not coming out no more. That's what happened. He shot that free throw before he got to the back.
That's what I'm saying.
He wouldn't have been able to come back at all. But when they got in the back, like say he didn't, it would have been the same outcome. Once they got him on that table and that knee was shucking in that table, they were like, "Oh no, we can't send him out no more."
And you seen him in the back, jumping up and down, running in the back, like he was.
Yeah, but he hadn't gotten on the table, the proverbial table.
Right.
Yet. So what I'm saying, them trainers ain't get their hand on that knee because you hold one leg and then you move it. If that thing slides out anymore, you holding the top leg and then you holding the knee, the bent knee, and that thing slides out but so many centimeters, then there's no doctor that's signing off on taking back out there. I don't give a damn. And it maybe it was heightened with the KD thing, but I almost think like in that instance, a month out, it'd be easier to be like, KD, how your leg feeling? He like, I'm 70% after a month, right, to go back out than it is to say Clay just hurt his knee, is shucking on this table, and I'm still let him go out. I think they're two different things. Maybe it was more sensitive, based on one, but no doubt that knee wasn't right. That's why they announced pretty quickly, right? If you think about it, pretty quickly after he went in the back, they announced pretty quickly he wasn't coming back.
Yep.
And it was crucial for him to come back, and he wasn't coming back.
Right. Yeah. Let me ask y'all this. Go ahead. Somebody got something to say?
Well, I mean, and Kobe got that one shot free throws with a ruptured Achilles too. He
didn't try to get back on D though.
He didn't. No.
He didn't try to get back on D.
Yeah, that was it.
He ain't no better.
So how do we look at Clay?
And the ruptured Achilles is I think is more crucial. Correct me if I'm wrong, cool, than the ACL as far as movement, right?
In that instance, I think in general ACL. I mean, I hate to act like you have mobility with either one because neither one, that shit not regular. But I would believe an ACL in theory you would be more mobile, right? Yeah. But who is it? Hines Ward played without ACLs or at least one.
What's the name played without both? It was a power forward. What was his name?
But ain't nobody ever played with no ruptured Achilles.
Right.
DeJuan Blair. DeJuan Blair played without. I think.
Yeah. Yep. He's another one, I believe.
They said Clay probably be out 8 months. Is the Golden State run over?
No.
Well, okay, you can't just say no to me, like.
Oh, I mean that's it. Like
You-
there's not
Yeah,
much
you
to
can't
elaborate on, huh?
We can't hear you, Juice.
Back out.
I don't think
Go ahead.
I don't think they're much of a threat this year. I don't think their run is over, but I don't think they are as much of a threat this year going into the season as they would be healthy. I think they're gonna have some issues.
Well, there's no doubt. I mean,
Yeah.
when you look at it, for me, KD's a free agent. KD still might leave. I think Clay coming back. I know for sure Clay coming back. I don't even know they talking about. I've heard things like they should move Draymond. So, do you bring Cousins back? You get what I'm saying? It's a big question. I think you do. If you can, you need to bring Cousins back, and you can get. They said you can probably get Clay back by February. So I mean, I ain't saying the run is over. But
They need to call it for next year. They don't even need to play with Nate. I don't think the run over just from the standpoint that you rehab Clay and what's the name? That's really, I think to me the machine really is them guys being able to Clay being able to get hot like crazy hot like never seen before at any given time, and Steph being able to shoot out of the range and mess it up. You know what I mean? I think as long as those dudes are there, that you know you got a shot.
Well, he's not back till February.
Yeah, I'm saying next year should be a wrap. But I mean, I don't think next year closes the window. Is what I'm saying. I guess I'm trying to say.
Right.
Next year is closed, but I don't think next year closes the.
I mean, when you look at the run they've had 5 years, man, over 100 games every season. Like they need a break.
What I do believe though is they gotta look at this schedule, bro. They gotta look at this schedule. These superstars are telling you something. That load management and them taking time off. The Spurs being the smartest team in the league, and they've been doing this, you know, for a long time. Taking back to Tim Duncan days, this load management thing. That's a lot to ask of these athletes, and I can't help but to think a Klay Thomas injury is as much the normal fatigue of going so deep into a damn postseason as anything else. That looked like a fatigue failure ACL injury more than they got. I think they just got to look at that regular season game, man. They'd be wild.
Let's let the world know. Everybody don't know what load management is. Load management is when you sit players just to rest them. So we're everyday guys. As fans, how would you feel? You can buy one ticket a year. You go to see your favorite NBA star, and they're not playing that night, and you bought a ticket for load management.
I should get my money
because
back.
Hold on. Because at the end of the day, the whole fact too, even with the game thing that you were saying, cool, we can jump into it, is the fact that the game's not going to get lower because that's money out of the owner's pocket. 42 games at home. You get what I'm saying? So if you talk about 68 games, we're talking about less games, less money going to the owner's pocket.
But I get it. I get it, but like unfortunately, that's like a backwards argument because the season ain't always been that long. The length of the postseason definitely has been a relatively new history. We was grown when they changed the format.
The first,
of the postseason.
first round.
The more games. So that's just more money that they've been getting for a longer.
It was best 3 out of 5.
Right. First round was.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember the first round being that way.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about.
It would be harder to reverse it, but if you got your superstars with year-long injuries, you got to look at it.
But know what they do? They extended the season where you got. Remember when we was kids or we was younger, the season started on Halloween. Now the season starts
the second week of October. Yeah.
Right. So they not gonna knock down the games. If anything, the season will expand longer.
So that was a good step. What they did, like to your point, Neef, they changed the season up to like not have as many back to backs and all these extra things. Whatever they do, so that whatever it is that takes that stress off of the load of these these joints and ligaments of your superstars. They did it in the NFL. In the NFL, they play two-hand touch with quarterbacks because you realize
Yeah.
you can't have your star quarterback go out. You can't have Tom Brady tear ACL on some bullshit. You got to change the rule because
Right.
they need him behind center, 16 games or whatever. Because
They
you know
put
what I'm saying.
asses
So
in
like
seats.
they did it. They doing it right. I just think it needs to be a concerted effort to know that Kawhi Leonard is probably right to load manage himself. You know what I'm saying? Because you see how they limping into these playoffs, and it take as you see him limping off the podium.
Listen, you
was
see
faking the whole time.
You see the injury.
Golly.
You see the thing with him and Kyle Lowry, and Kyle was like, "What's up, big Kyle?" And he was like, "Yo, I'm limping now." Like, you know what I mean? It really kicked in. But I think with the load management thing, I think it definitely, and I'm sorry to the home fans, this should definitely be a thing where you do it on home games. I think away games, the stars should play because, like you said, like it's noted, they come to the city one time or a couple times, but most of the time, especially when it's East and West, and if East Coast team going West, you're only gonna be there one time. So load management, I think, should stay away from away games.
I think that's a good point. I definitely think that's a good point. Man, these guys are playing too long. I mean, I think when I think about the NFL, even though I know it's more aggressive on your body, we wait a long time to watch NFL games. I feel like with basketball, we really not waiting that long, man. We're waiting some months. And, you got to get back in the rhythm. You always got to stay in shape. I mean, it's really like a 24/7 gig. So I'm with you, Neef. I don't really think they're gonna cut the season. I don't think they're gonna cut the money off. So load management would definitely be the way to go. You kind of seen people do that because I kind of feel like anyway, like I've seen the Rockets do that with Chris Paul. We're just sitting him like he could have played. So you see people do that, of course, out of necessity. But if this becomes a part of the regimen, to your point, cool. You definitely got to see that.
Don't abuse it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, we want the best players playing
Say
in the most meaningful time.
Call it out early, like announce it early. You know what I mean? Give people the option to know if they not seeing they favorite that night. I don't know how you can do it, but
I mean, you want to see when you buy that ticket, man. I can't especially like if you don't have the privilege or the opportunity to go out there and be a season ticket holder or something like that, and you taking your kids out, with hard-earned money. Of course, you want to see the stars come out that day. You don't want to go to a play and see it's supposed to be Denzel starting the play, and then you got somebody else who's not Denzel.
You got Chris Spencer.
Right, yeah, man. You don't want to. Yeah, I like Chris Spencer. Though.
He's funny. Chris
Spencer's funny as hell. I like Chris. Y'all know who Chris Spencer is?
Yeah.
He played the Muslim bull on how to be don't be a menace to South Central in the hood.
I always make the joke because of Vibe. He never, he got removed from Vibe. But
he was on the Jamie Foxx show too.
Yeah, but ever since then he's had a great career.
Yeah, he do a lot of behind the scenes shit though. Mm-hmm. But anybody else, bro? You're a little quiet over there. We just shut you up. I shut you up finally.
No. I mean, whatever.
Damn. Maybe next week I'll get him cool. Yo, I hate that shirt with a passion. Like, I want you to know that. I do. I don't like it.
Why you attacking my shirt, yo?
Checked out.
I'm sitting here minding my business, and you talking about my shirt, yo.
No, you said fuck me earlier on Father's Day, so I gotta be right. You ain't say fuck me on Father's Day?
I did, yo. What the fuck did I do anything? I ain't talk about Bria. I ain't say you was a horrible father. Fuck you, though. Like, fuck out of here.
I ain't still at your fatherhood skills, but you as a person, fuck
exactly.
I love you too, bro. I love you too, big bro.
I got a question, Mr. NBA analyst.
Hold up.
KD, being that he's going to miss pretty much a lot of the season, all the season, what does this mean for him?
I think it's more about the team that decides to throw him an offer. You got to understand that he's not going to play next year, so you basically throwing another year away. So, I mean, for me, I was with the whole I'm staying and Golden State thing. I thought that made the most sense. I thought that injury made sense. Nobody knows what he's going to be after the injury. Like, we've seen our best players. They said, Dominique Wilkins was the only one to come back successfully and still be the same guy. We don't know.
Dominique was a little different.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
Kobe wasn't the same. We don't know about DeMarcus Cousins yet. I'm talking about NBA guys who tore their Achilles. He's about to be 31 years old.
I think there's certain narratives. If you ask me, there's certain narratives that somehow we say and they stick, but like it just be people saying it, right? So, for example, one narrative, and I know it's a little out of the subject, but it plays into the Achilles, like when they talk about the young fella in Baltimore for the NFL, they say you can't teach or you can't coach accuracy, right?
Right.
It's kind of either got it or you don't. But like, who the hell said that? Like, just a bunch of people said it. But like, why do we say that? Why do we believe that somebody wouldn't work on their craft and try to get better, right? So it was like Skip Bayless used to talk about LeBron James all the time. He's never going to be this. He's never going to be that. Why you believe somebody never going to be whatever they're going to be? So I say that to say when I hear like people talk about the Achilles, because somebody else mentioned that though, nobody else came back. Like, this is not a career-ending injury. You could have an issue, but you're talking about like a superstar. So my thought process is a superstar would do all the superstar mindset stuff it takes to get back from a catastrophic injury like an Achilles tendon. And that, again, since his game was never Vince Carter above the rim, like, he's smart enough to adjust to whatever it is his body has to go through to get back to the player that he is. You know what I'm saying? So you're not gonna see no KD become a lesser version of Kevin Durant than we used to seeing. That's like, oh, he's a shell of himself. See, I told you shouldn't have played in that game. That's not what I believe. I think he's gonna come back and be just fine a year later.
I don't question that, but what if you stay in Golden State and he comes back and that team is still that team, he can ease his way in than being on a team where they signed you for big money and they're expecting big things. As soon as you step foot on that court, they're going to be expecting him to be amazing.
So I think to Terrell's point, who made the point like last week or the time before that, whoever said he was leaving, now it's even more poignant. Like, he'd be wise to probably stay in rehab all year, getting that Golden State contract money or whatever that opt-in or whatever, however it is, and not leave nowhere. Because why would you?
You still got Steph Curry there, so you could ease your way into getting back to yourself. When you go to New York and the Garden been waiting for a contender since '94, well '99, '99 they say, huh?
They don't want you Kobe Bryant rushing back,
right? But when New York hasn't seen a almost winner since they went against the Spurs in '99. That's a city hungry for you to come out. Like, you get what I'm saying? It's a different vibe than staying in Golden State, and you can come back and give them 18, and Steph gonna do him, and you still got Clay.
Mm-hmm. That could happen.
It's a lot less pressure, man. Pressure busts pipes.
Hey, Rockets, even though I got y'all on punishment, y'all need to take advantage of all this fuck shit that all these teams going through and win. And I won't put an asterisk. I won't put an asterisk next to you.
I wasn't gonna bring it up. Go ahead, Flush. I wasn't gonna bring it up. Nah, man, I'm not going there right now. I'm not going there right now.
No, we going there, bro. Let's try to get up. Hey, bro, look at me.
Huh?
We got AD, baby. Let's go, baby. Baby. What y'all talking about? Talk that shit y'all was talking earlier. We got AD now.
So nigga?
You can have Ronald McDonald in the front office.
Hey.
Ronald, Grimace, the nigga with the black shit around his eye and the hat and the stripes. They can run the whole front office.
Hey, we not worried about these Lakers out here, bro.
Hey, bro, let's go, bro.
We not worried about these Lakers out here.
I'm going to take
Wild West,
bro. Let's go.
We definitely got to get to LA this fall.
We not worried about these Lakers around here.
We definitely got to get to LA this fall.
Everybody trying to tip they toe through this window, baby. This window, we got at least a year.
Listen, we ain't scared to go to state. You give me AD, and I don't even listen. I want Rondo at the point. I don't want Kemba. Give me Rondo and put some pieces around him. Let's go. Let's go. Rondo. And Kyle Kuzma is guaranteed 18. Kyle Kuzma is really the third star for real.
For real.
Let me ask this question. Has the NBA finally begun to spread out enough talent to make all this shit exciting again?
No.
Because
I think it's always been exciting though.
No.
I think it lost some oomph for a while. Because it's
Hold
been
on,
straight
Golden State.
NFL.
Hold on, Golden State was a must-see TV. Y'all against Golden State was must-see TV to see if y'all could finally do it.
Yeah.
Well, it's still Cali, right? You know what I'm saying? Like markets are everything, right? You know what I'm saying? I don't think Giannis is gonna stay in Milwaukee his whole career because he'll fucking turn into daggone Kevin Garnett.
Kevin Garnett, right?
You see what I'm saying? Like, don't be stupid if that's what you want to do. So there's nothing wrong with going to a market where it is, right? You're never going to turn Milwaukee into LA or New York. That's why New York is still a thing, right? So, or even adjacent to New York, you settle for Brooklyn. Or even if you don't go to the Lakers, you settle for the Clippers because it's still the Staples Center, right? But Milwaukee is still not a place that you're going to want to be. It's not. It's Milwaukee.
The truth of the matter is, just because they went to the Eastern Conference Finals last year, don't mean that they're guaranteed a trip back.
Oh, they team getting broke up too.
Like that.
They team getting broke up too.
Listen, Kevin Garnett and won the West. I think they was number 1 seed in the West when we beat them that year. When they had Kevin Garnett, Sam Cassell,
and
Latrell,
Celtics.
And they never made it back after they lost to us. So there's no guarantees on you making it back. I think now the NBA has always been dynasties. When you got 3 Hall of Famers and Larry Bird, Kevin McHale, and Robert Parrish, and you got Dennis Johnson, and you got Danny Ainge. When you got Detroit with Isaiah Dumars, Solly,
Rodman.
It's always been that Magic Worthy, Scott, Jabbar, fucking
Kurt Rambis.
It's always been that. The NBA has always been that. You get what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Now it's more of teams, more players deciding to make a dynasty than teams forming one. So we've always had that.
Yeah, I think what's his name stupid to stay in Portland. I wouldn't say that if I was him. Yeah.
Damon?
Yeah. They're never going to be good enough to win anything.
When you get there, everybody, it's next year they're going to be back. Nobody, it's never like that.
You ever been to Portland? That's my point. You ever been to Portland?
I've never been to Portland.
That's it.
The only reason I think of Portland is Ashley Williams.
That's it.
Yeah.
It's Portland.
You know, you got a point though, man. It's markets in certain in cities. I mean, there's certain places that are just gonna always kind of be there because of the market.
Right.
But see, listen, do you remember, right? And I don't remember what year it was. It might have been 2012. It was Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, James Harden, a young Serge Ibaka. We thought, guess what? They're going to be the next dynasty. Shaq and Penny. Shaq and Penny played Houston. Cats figured, Shaq and Penny lost to Houston, but next year, they're going to be back. And what happens? It don't happen. When you get there, you got to take it while it's there. Because next year and going back, and it don't happen. There's only certain ones.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure Charles 93 swore he was going to be back. Never got back. That's how I go, man. You got to go get it now. That's why the owner, the GM in Toronto, to take it back, he went and got it. Because ain't no guarantee. It ain't no guarantee.
Did y'all hear the GM Masai was profiled after the game trying to get on the court? Did y'all see that story?
Oh yeah, he pushed the deputy, and I heard
I
heard he rocked his jaw too. They got a little video.
He under investigation, right?
Yeah,
that's what happened.
Deputy stopped him. I didn't see the video. I just seen the aftermath video.
I thought it was something that happened with him partying or something.
No. This was him trying to get on the court. And so what they say, the NBA has been trying to, get the credentials straight because they try to, make sure that it's right. And they had this gold band on. They said he either ain't have it on or he ain't show it. You know what I'm saying?
How is he the team's GM? And
arrogance.
No, which arrogance about who?
Yo, if I'm a deputy in the state of California, why do I have to know who? I don't even know dude's name. Why do I have to know who he is? Is my point.
You should know who can be in the court, who can't be on the court.
No. That's not even possible, bro.
Kendrick Perkins said he had it in his hand though, so I don't know.
Well, that matters.
Yeah, I don't know.
That matters as well.
But is it racial profiling?
I wouldn't think it don't necessarily have to be racial profile. What I'm saying is that I believe a level of arrogance come about, and just like you were saying, I don't care who he is. I wouldn't if he walked past me on the street today, I wouldn't know who he was. Today, he's not a famous face, so it's not like Michael Jordan or Kobe walked up and was like, "Yo, I'm trying to get down there and celebrate." You had a black man in a suit.
So how many GMs and how many years you've been in the league, whether it's NFL, whatever, how many GMs have had a hard time getting on the floor? This is the first time ever.
Yeah, I ain't never heard of that.
GM,
I'm not sure, right? So I'm just saying from the standpoint of that you're talking about a local cop who was hired to do a job, whether it be on duty or off duty. He doesn't have a swatch full of pictures, and he's not somebody famous that you're supposed to identify. So if you didn't have the thing on your wrist or you didn't have it in your hand, and you just say, "Well, I'm the GM of such and such," and you walking out there, and the NBA has literally put out there that they put strict rules when people come onto the court after the championship, and you had to have these credentials, I wouldn't necessarily say that he was being racially profiled. I hear what you're saying.
It's going to always be tough, man, because it's what we go through. But I have to agree with that. It's like, I just see this random nigga. And we ain't used to seeing niggas in our positions anyway. So, like, what you doing here, nigga? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so you know,
I'm pretty sure
you got to have your shit together.
I'm pretty sure for that man to jump in his bag the way he jumped in his bag, there was some kind of something said.
Well, you see him pushing off of the dude. There's a video of him pushing off of the guy. You know what I'm saying? So, but they say he swung and hit him in the jaw, right?
He hit the deputy.
Yeah, he hit the deputy in the jaw. There's video of him pushing back. So you see commotion, and then you see Kyle Lowry come grab him and take him. Kyle Lowry came and got him.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you see him like the line, and then you see him cut around a group of people, and you know what I'm saying? It's a lot going on. You understand what I'm saying? There's a lot going on.
Hitting deputy officer, that could be serious.
Correct.
Well, they said
misdemeanor. Yeah. I mean,
yeah, they should.
They said it's still an investigation.
Yo, they gonna give some money to whatever fund is going on, and this is gonna be the end of it. It's just something to talk about because now basketball is over. Nobody really gives a fuck. He's not going to jail. It's not. I mean, if it's a fine, they're gonna pay it. Whoop-de-doo. They kind of suppress the noise from the Wizards. You know what I'm saying? Until this happens, but he's gonna get an ownership stake down there if he decides that's the job he want to take. This is much to do about nothing, right? You know what I mean? At the end of it, like misdemeanor, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Give $100,000 to sweep this under the rug to the fund. The problem is that there's videos of it because everything is being recorded in 2019. Oh, come on, dog.
I heard about the situation. Well, I heard there was a disturbance with him, but I thought it was like almost on some. He was drunk after everything and got into.
Well, he may have been drunk. But that nonetheless, whoever has the video of him punching the deputy is shopping it around right now, and he's saying, "Hey TMZ, how much is this worth?" Everything is recorded.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's recorded.
Well, to take it all the way back, the Lakers got AD though. That's how we want the championship.
All right, man. Let's hop into some other shit.
Huh?
Let's hop into some other shit.
All right, we want to go.
Y'all see this motherfucking video with these cops out in Phoenix with the pregnant lady with the kid?
Yeah.
Yo, I watched it this morning about 7 times, sick to my motherfucking stomach.
I ain't see it. Bring it down for me.
Yo, so
and bring it down for those who haven't seen it.
So the story is that she had a child with her who stole like a 99-cent doll, right? So if you don't know anything about retail, they purposely put those things down there, you know what I'm saying, for children. All of that stuff that's below and lower are for kids. It is a marketing tactic.
To buy it, right?
Right, it is a marketing tactic, right? And if you're not hawking your kids or watching their every move, kids are fast, right? Well, I've seen some amazing things happen. So the kid took a 99-cent doll out the store. They called the cops on the lady. I don't know if it was her son, her boyfriend, but another dude. All you see is the cops surrounding them, talking about, put your fucking hands in the air, put your fucking hand, let me see your fucking hand. And they going off. I mean,
I'm gonna blow you in your fucking head. I'm gonna put a cap in your
head. All of this stuff is happening. Yeah.
I can't open the door. It's been broken. The door broke. I got my son in my hands, and I'm pregnant.
Yeah. They was going off. They talking about put the fucking baby down. She like, the baby can't walk. They like, she has a baby in her hand. They talking about put your fucking hands in the air. How does that work? Shit is sick, bro.
They didn't have their body cameras on, neither one of them. No dash cam. It just so happens somebody was recording this shit. It's crazy.
Let's America hates niggas. I mean, it's look, we gonna have to just say what it is. America hates, cannot stand your nigga ass.
Yeah.
When they see you, they want to kill you. They think you're an animal. It's fucking ridiculous. I mean, when they see black people, they see filth. And I mean, we're seeing, by the way, y'all, it's the summer again. It's another summer. This is when this kind of shit pops off, and this ain't the only thing that's happened. We had the rapper in the Bay get shot 55 times.
That shit crazy.
So
55
times.
Yeah.
So I think for reportedly being in a stolen car or something like that, we got to get all the facts in. I'll look it up while we on here, but I mean that is ridiculous. We cannot chalk this up to training. We can't chalk this up to nothing. These are racist white men who hate niggas, and they have a badge, which means they have a license to kill.
Listen, I seen a video about a month or so ago. It was on the news how it was in a white neighborhood in Pennsylvania. Don't quote me on where it was at, but it was like a church gathering, like carnival, but something broke out. And I'm telling you, these white kids was punching on the cop, everything. This cop wasn't even pepper spraying. Multiple white kids. But then a young cat who drives away in a car gets shot up. Like, come on, man. This shit is fucked up all the way across. Like, it's different rules for us. That's just how it goes. And that goes back to just, in general, man, when it comes to your kids. Like, when it comes to my kids, man, I'm always like, listen, one mistake, that's all it takes. One car ride. Mm-hmm. They will get you out of here, man. They do not care about us at all.
The little girl was 4 years old. Let me tell you what 4-year-olds really don't have a concept of. Money. You know what I'm saying? They see something bright and shiny and they take it. Like, that is fucking nuts. And then the fact that it costs $1.
That's a misdemeanor. You shooting over you going through all this over a misdemeanor charge.
I don't even know if it's a misdemeanor.
Don't even call the police here.
Right, don't come back in the store no more, if anything. Yeah.
Aiming gun, yelling obscenities, and threatening to shoot a black family after their 4-year-old daughter walked out of the store with a doll last month.
Let me ask y'all something. Y'all ever seen The Hurt Locker?
Yeah, with Jeremy Renner?
Yeah, it's been a long time. But
yeah. Right, and just that mentality, that trigger happy mentality, waiting to use their gun, all that training, they waiting for the actual jump off situation. Like, my lady asked me all the time, like, when I got out the Navy, my uncle and my aunt was like, you should be a cop. And you know what, man? I understand that it's a tough job. It's a tough job. Because at the end of the day, for me, if I was a cop, my only goal is to get home to my family. And you're right. You don't know what's in what car when you pull it over, what's going to happen. So I wouldn't want that job. I wouldn't want it at all. Because at the end of the day, I'm going to do and handle what I got to handle, the way I got to handle it to get home to mine. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not underestimating or saying it's an easy job. But with jobs that are difficult, there needs to be the right amount of training, the right mental situation, and all those things need to be considered before. Just like they give you a psych eval and all these things should be going on constantly with people in these situations.
The cop said, hold on, Juice. The cop said, I'm going to shoot you in your fucking face.
That's under training, bro. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a different set of. You talking about a woman holding a baby? What? She gonna pull a gun? She got a third. Oh, she's a Men in Black. She's an alien.
I'm going to put a cap right in your fucking head. Right, I'm going to put a cap right in your fucking head.
Right. She's holding a baby. Where's she gonna grab a gun or a weapon to bring harm to you? Is she holding a baby? It was a life or death situation for them cops with a woman who's holding a baby. Where was she going to pull a weapon from? Yeah. She's gonna throw the baby at the cop? Like, what the fuck was this?
a non-violent call. You know, shoplifting is a non-violent call.
Why is guns even involved?
Right.
You had the opportunity. So first of all, whoever called the cops and said, "Yo, shoplifting," would they take?
Right.
Did they rob a fucking bank? So the conversation had to be, yo, of $1.99, 100 pennies, 4 quarters, 10 dimes, 20 nickels, 2 50-cent pieces, or a fucking Susan B. Anthony. However you slice it, a fucking dollar.
That's Susan B. Anthony, only you.
A dollar doll, yo. All of that for a dollar doll. All this shit going on in fucking Arizona. You know what I'm saying? All this shit coming across your fucking border. Somebody being raped right now, dog. And you talking about a fucking dollar doll? That shit is sickening, man.
Didn't Rock Nation, Jay-Z and Rock Nation,
right? That's the Phoenix situation. That's the Phoenix.
Donated the lawyers for the
right. Jason is.
Oh man, it's about to get sticky.
Yeah.
Oh
listen,
man,
yo, listen, man of the year already early in the game is Hov, man.
Yeah.
Hov doing some shit, dog.
He on it. He on it in his bag.
Hov ain't letting no shit slide. Hov ain't letting no shit slide. I'm sending the best ones out there. I'm sending my personal ones. So I ain't paying for a lawyer.
So here's the crust of it. Though the couple was detained, neither Amos or Harper were arrested or ticketed. The store did not press charges.
That's crazy.
So why were they even detained?
That's
I
crazy.
think I just think they got a couple supremacists.
Y'all see the dude in Texas that was in his yard, and old buddy came into his yard trying to take him to jail, talking about he had a warrant. He like, you ain't even checked my ID yet.
Yeah, the one from Louisiana. He said you got a warrant in Louisiana. He said I ain't never been to Louisiana.
I know some people who know this dude personally. So this dude has got a lawsuit. He's filing a lawsuit now, but that's ridiculous. Dude was like, dude, you didn't even get my ID yet. You don't know where I'm from. I don't live in Louisiana.
This cannot be my house. I could be doing a job over here.
I don't understand why police think that when they're the only ones that have the weapon and you are moving frantically because you are nervous, which is a natural fucking condition. Like, dog, if you are threatened by me and I know that I don't have a weapon and you do, where's the level of anxiety supposed to come from, right? Just like and just kind of bring it back, because I was reading an article about Eric Gardner and the cop now says that he would have died from obesity anyway, which is the response. I don't understand why people don't understand obesity. Yeah, that just came out the other day.
Eric Gardner would have?
Yeah.
Wow.
Right.
What they got to do with anything?
Right, but that's their cause or their reasoning behind it, right? But to think about the first rule of life is self-preservation, right? When the act of not being able to breathe, something that you do unconsciously. You understand that? Right. You couldn't make yourself stop breathing if you fucking wanted to. You understand that? You couldn't tell your brain, stop breathing. Right. It doesn't work that way. You know what I'm saying?
How old was Eric Gardner?
In his 40s. But he was obese. But
some fat niggas that live to be 80, 90 years.
No, yeah, well, true. So, but to put somebody in an illegal chokehold and ask them to stop resisting when they say they cannot breathe is unhumanly possible. Right? So the natural inclination is to fight for your life. Right? But here it is. They have a weapon and I don't. Just like the kid that got shot in his grandma's backyard in Cali. Right? Oh, we thought his cell phone was a gun because they're both black. What the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Just too much, yo. It's too much.
Because we're not humans. We're animals. As black men, we're beasts. We're all these other things. You saying what was the terms they used in How They See Us? That woman when she was describing these kids, these teenagers,
monsters, beasts, criminals.
So let me ask y'all something. Because
you got something on your bed, y'all can't let you rock like that. You got something on your bed.
Who, me?
Yeah.
How do we?
You good? Yeah, you good. Yeah.
How do we, as men over 30, how do we deal with the law? when it comes to dealing with cops, and it might have been a while, but like I haven't actually had to deal. Listen, I'm on some chill shit. My hands is up. I want no smoke. I'm not arguing or nothing. Like I'm trying to get home to my folks, man.
I think you try your hardest to comply and you try your hardest to be calm. You do what they ask you to do because even in doing that, you can still be killed. And I just think you have to be as calm as you can. A lot of these situations, it's hard to say what you can do, but all you can do is hope that you don't piss this motherfucker off. And so black, we have to start understanding we dealing with a beast. I keep saying you are dealing with a serial killer. You are dealing with a beast. I don't give a fuck how revolutionary that sounds, because it is, or how radical, but you are dealing with a beast. When you see that blue-eyed, blonde-haired guy come up to you with a badge on, you are looking at a monster.
No way. So hold up, bro. At the end of the day, I ain't gonna hold you. Some of the worst cops be the black motherfuckers, man. I ain't gonna hold you.
Well, that's true too. I ain't gonna lie.
I ain't saying though, but I done met some cool white cops.
But niggas could be dickheads. Niggas could be dickheads, but they ain't just shooting niggas. They not doing that. They could be a dickhead. We not getting shot by dick-headed black cops. We know it. You know, we know we got those guys like I think I shared it too on the page. Old buddy that said the Central Park 5 was guilty. That old coon ass motherfucker. You know, they tagged my shit on Twitter. They blocked me for a couple of days. Yeah, I couldn't even. Yeah, he reported me and shit. I couldn't even get on Twitter for a couple of days. He's been on Fox News and shit. He was an ex-cop. I'll get his name in a minute. But
the sheriff dude?
Not the sheriff dude. It's a younger dude. He's trying to be like a Candace Owens.
He had a little video and Juice reposted it and grounded him the fuck up.
Man, I tore his ass up. But what I'm saying, I feel you, Neef, that's true, but we're getting killed by people that do not look like us, that do not think that we're the same. And that's just true. Look, I ain't got to hit y'all with that whole shit like I got a couple white friends. I got friends from all walks of life. I love everybody. But we going to look this eye of racism and we're going to look it in the eye and we're going to try to heal it. We got to come forward exactly for what it is. And the people that see me coming out my house, they don't see me the same. They don't see my brothers and sisters the same. Otherwise, this dude wouldn't have told this pregnant black woman, I'm going to shoot you in the fucking face. Like, why would you do this? So it's me personally, I am, I'm not hostile. I don't got my phone out, which I think I do want to install cameras in my car. I think we need to start coming up with things that are going to keep us safe and also film what's going on.
Facts.
Man, listen, it's hard. And us being men raising black boys, man, it's just important to just like to keep them safe, man. Like end of the day, man, listen, I'll be a bitch all day and get home to my family. Like I don't want to be a tough guy that died. Like fuck that shit. That shit is fucking for the birds, dog. Like so I done seen motherfuckers cuss a motherfucking cop out. Bro, we got fucking lick in the car. I don't like listen, officer. I'm just trying to go the fuck home, cuz. Like real shit. I'm not.
I remember one day I was home in Baltimore, and shout out to my cousin LaSalle and my cousin Val. Right, I was in the back seat. I was in the Navy. I was in Cali. I was stationed in Cali at the point. E6, right? Came home, went and kicked it. You know what I'm saying with my folks, and I was in the back seat, right? So they was driving. I was in the back seat. They pull us over, right? He automatically looks at them, right? And then looks at me and flashes the light in my eyes. What's the reaction when a light flashes in your eyes? Right. So the question now becomes, why you moving? What? Like, this is natural, right? Like, it's like looking up at the fucking sun. You just can't do it. You know what I'm saying? So I did like that. And it wasn't until they was like, yo, my cousin in the Navy came home. You know what I'm saying? We just hanging out right now. He like, let me see your ID. Gave my ID. He's like, oh, shit. You are in the Navy. Well, cool, man. Y'all have fun. Be safe. We talk this on Monument Street, cool. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. We headed down Fells Point. Like, I'm like, dog, like, what? But in that moment, I could have died. Right? Because my natural reaction caused him some level of anxiety. right?
Yeah.
But the difference is he has a weapon and I don't.
Yeah.
Right? And with that flashing light, you don't know what I'm reaching for or what I have. But you initiated it, copper. You know what I'm saying?
And you can see with that light. You can see on the other end of the light what I'm
Right.
You can, dog.
That's how that works. I
He's
can't
reaching for
see you.
something. He's reaching for something.
I have, when I was growing up in the hood, I always had a weird relationship with cops because we always had white cops policing us. And the times that I interacted with cops in South Park on the south side of Houston, there was always some little joke being made. I was 14 years old. Me and my homeboy was outside. We're 14. We're kids, okay? Cop pulls up on us and says, y'all either selling dope or selling ass. Which one is it?
What?
We was 14 years old, bro. I remember one time I was driving my mom's car, and I did run a light. But it was like off in the hood. I don't know if y'all got them little spots where y'all from where like nobody's there. It's like, why is even a light here?
Right.
I was trying to get home. Got pulled over. You know, they shining lights in the car. Dude, like, look at this boy. He looks big. You see him? He got McDonald's and, you know, just like they looking at a slave or some shit, man. And I was calm, you know, and it's like, I've always had this interaction with cops where they're looking at us as though we're zooing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or they can always crack jokes or just say funny shit with us. You know, the flip side of that is that when you look at white communities, and I'll speak about Houston where you have Bel Air, West University, places like that obviously sound white. They have police there, but they're not being policed.
Right.
They're there to keep your ass out of there.
Right.
And so we're being policed. We're not creating safe environments. So man, all this shit is fucked up.
But see, the thing is, they look at us and they make a judgment about us without knowing anything about us. Like Rel served on 9/11. You get what I'm saying? They don't know that. You get what I'm saying? But all they see is some nigga in the back seat. And what's crazy was even at my job now, I had a black guy, right? Where I work at is where the people, the union reps are in my building, right?
Mhm.
So a union rep for the COs works in my building. The union rep told my boss that you have 3 thugs working as cooks in your kitchen.
The union rep said this?
The union rep for the COs said that you have 3 thugs working in your kitchen. Don't get me wrong, I ain't no pussy, but I served on 9/11. Listen, I ain't never owned a gun. You know what I mean? So for you to sit back here and say I'm a thug, I served on 9/11. Where was you at in 9/11?
Damn.
Where was you at? You wasn't around, my G. You was out here policing motherfucking niggas locked up when I was out here in the grind of shit. I flew 2 days after 9/11. Nigga, I flew 2 days after 9/11. You get what I'm saying? But you gonna tell my boss, oh, you got 3 thugs working out here. Rel, you met Trell. Is Trell a thug?
No. Good
Come
kid.
on, man.
Real good kid.
Right.
Yeah.
Chilling.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to do
Thorough
right for
guy.
him and his family. Yeah.
Listen, I get upset when people fuck with him just cause. I don't see how you fuck with him because he's that kind of guy.
Yeah.
You ever had a friend that like, I'm an asshole, so if you fuck with me, I can dig it.
Yeah.
You fucking with him is a problem because at the end of the day, he's just so cool. Why do you fuck with him? Like, I have a problem with that.
Yeah.
So, but I served, like, I'm a thug. I'm not, listen, dog, I ain't never sold no coke, no crack, or nothing. I might have sold an ounce or so of weed here and there and mean something small. I'm a thug.
That's crazy.
I'm raising another man's daughter at that time. There ain't no thug shit.
That's crazy.
I always tell a story about I was probably, first of all, I'm only 5'8" now, right? When I got to high school, I was every bit of 4'11". You know what I'm saying? But being in my neighborhood in Baltimore, we call it ITS, but most people know them as Tag, right? So we on some other shit in Baltimore, like Tag, you're it. We call it ITS, right?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just had to let the world know.
Break it down, right?
Yeah, break it down. So we playing ITS in my neighborhood. Northeast Baltimore is not the worst place, right? And back then it was probably a lot better than it is now.
I was about to say.
Yeah, then, it was funny because of where I grew up and where I hung at. Where I lived was considered the county. It is 100% Baltimore City, and at least 10, 15
Is that
miles
where
from the
mom live
county.
at now or no?
Yes, yeah. Mommy done been living there since 1989. But when we left from Giles Road and Cherrydale,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? It was moving on up.
You don't feel like it felt like you would. It felt like you.
No, for real. Like I was the and being around my grandmother's house, which is in East Baltimore, you know what I'm saying, on Green Mountain, Preston. My nickname was Mr. Flanders because I was the proper one. Right, you know what I'm saying? Like, imagine Rel being. I was the refined proper one growing up. You know what I'm saying? From being where I lived at to where I hung at. Right, and running around that neighborhood, we talking about 92, 93, 94 max. And I want to say 92, 93 because 94 I was in high school, not really playing tag at that point. But running and the cops pulled up the street, jumped out their car and dumped me. Right? Like, what you running for? And I'm like, we playing It's. Like, isn't that the purpose of the game? So that was like one of my first interactions with, the law. And I didn't really understand it then because for me, there was a level of innocence, right? But from that point on, I knew I had to move different, right? Or being, where I hung at was Belle Vista, 2 blocks over from where my mother lived on Eccledale, right? And then they instituted the curfew. So I would walk home, and before the curfew was even enacted, the cops would pull me over. Like, where you going? I'm like, home, because there's a curfew, right? But still, I'm a black man walking down the street in a predominantly black neighborhood. It's
you
not
a
even
black
like I
kid
was
at that point.
right.
You a kid still.
What I'm saying is now because hindsight is 2020. But do I look threatening? You know what I'm saying? Even at 5'2", you know what I'm saying, 120 pounds. That was my stature. You see what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy to think about that. When I look at my son who's 5'6", 160 pounds today. You know what I mean? Like, it's tough, man, because where they are in life mentally, they'll never have to go through what I went through, but the dangers are still the same.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Right.
The dangers are still the same, yo.
Nothing. A camera don't change anything. A video don't change anything.
That's tough too.
Yeah, like my wife won't let Tyreek get braids in his head, yo, because of the imagery, right? You know what I'm saying? Or the fact that my daughter's name, she consciously thought about the fact that she didn't want her to have a name that may put some type of, you know what I'm saying, disparity in between her and school or a job or anything like that, yo. You know what I'm saying? And I really wasn't there. Go ahead, bro.
Same thing here. One thing I got to give my daughter mom props for, she gave her a name like Bria. That's not a name that's just like you can identify just being black. You get what I'm saying? And it's out there that Shaquita might not get the same opportunity as a Bria do. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's something that you got to consider. It's a shame.
It's a shame.
That's what
it's a crying shame. Yeah, we have to think all of these steps and then still live in our reality. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I've been blessed to still see opportunities with a name like Hanif. I have a Muslim name. You get what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. When I was a kid, being Hanif was weird. Now being Hanif is like common.
Yeah,
you know
a little better than
Right. When it was a big thing, you get what I'm saying? But like, end of the day, now it's about like having names that, listen, man, when you got to be privileged to name your daughter Chicago. Like, it's your name Chicago West. I'm pretty sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's a different way of shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, Chicago not gonna have to worry about her name being judged because she is who she is. But when you name your daughter Mercedes or whatever, the Keisha, it's already identified as being a certain way.
Yeah, like I'm so tired, yo, physically and mentally, because of the way I have to process information, right? So being on point for everybody around me is tiring. right?
I love when y'all get like this, man. Ooh, I
like
love this shit.
it's
Ain't none of this shit on
tiring.
the fucking shit. Ain't none of this shit on the fucking list. Go ahead, bro. I love it.
It's
Rolling
tiring.
his bag tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It's tiring from the standpoint of like I have to worry about so many things that I don't know what relaxing is like. You know what I'm saying? What do you mean relax, right? And then you're like, okay, well, man, I'm gonna go on vacation and relax. Well, then you got to worry about all of that shit. Now it's fuck shit. You can't go to DR no more. You know what I'm saying? They fucking shot Big Poppy, yo.
Which is crazy.
It's
What
not
the fuck
safe
is
for me.
going on in
It's
the
not.
Red-
It's
Red
not safe for
Republic?
me to go to the place where they shooting their favorite son. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm a regular nigga. What you mean they shot Big Poppy? Like,
But the whole twist was
never.
they held Big Poppy down though, so it wasn't like the city turned on them. The natives.
No. I'm just
handled
saying.
that shit.
I'm just saying. You're right because he still loved. But what I'm point is, did someone tried it? You know what I'm saying? I don't expect to
But they
go.
said he was messing with somebody's wife.
He's Big Poppy though, yo.
Is it far fetched to
Listen, Big
think?
Poppy, you can't fuck my wife. I don't give a fuck what your name is.
But check this out. Is it far fetched to think that the genocide beyond not just crack and the disappearing AIDS, because a lot of those things are going away. Now the new tactics is, okay, let's see what niggas like to do. I've seen a lot of black people like to go to the ER. It's been a trend. They're watching us and they're seeing the pathology of what we do online. So is it far fetched for people to set up and really just take us out places and nobody know what's happening? It's just like people, huh?
$1 worth $35 out there, some shit. Like, why wouldn't we go? Why wouldn't we go?
But I'm saying like this is happening. Did y'all hear about the dude that they found with his throat missing and like body parts missing?
Yes.
Like dog, this is like dog. There's a known fact that our body parts are one.
Oh yeah. Okay. When you an organ donor, yeah. I heard about shit like that. Like, don't say you're an organ donor. Like, they might not let you. They might not. A motherfucker put a price on your body.
Yeah.
Like a buddy in Georgia that they found wrapped up in the mat, and all his body parts were gone before he got to the corner.
I'll be right back. Y'all talk. I'll be right back.
Like, dog, this shit is like, just looking at all this shit, like, what's really, like, I don't think we really understand what's happening.
This shit wicked, Juice. It's wicked.
Yeah. It's crazy.
I don't even want to talk about. I'd rather talk in person about it. Some of this.
Yeah, no, you're right. Yeah. Because when we put this over the airways, we definitely are disturbing the people that don't want us talking about it. But it's something that's definitely going on. I mean, and you share a lot of stuff with me too offline. Cool. That's like you and my cousin, man. Y'all share a lot of stuff. I see Raspy. Shout out to Raspy Ross for always keeping us abreast of information. And it's just stuff going like this stuff is like we missing it because we caught into everything else. Right. But it's like, dude, it's shit going on, y'all, that y'all we gotta pay attention to.
Right, for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, this is so I finally got to see Us, and it's funny that
when
all
they see
this
us?
is happening. I finally got. Well, I see when they see Us, but I saw Us, the movie by
Us
Jordan
movie.
Peele.
Okay, all right, got it. Okay.
And so, like, that really makes me think even more. It's like, what's really happening to our world, to our country, man? That violent, that evil thing that's really just right there hunting us. And it's some shit going on, bro. And it's against black people. It is against. Look, make no bones about it. I'm saying it. I'm not including nobody else. I'm sorry. It's niggas are being hunted. Like, we're being hunted and removed. Very slowly, very methodical, but it's happening.
We've been hunted since what? We've always been hunted, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. But now it's like, think about it like this. When was the last time you really like knew some crackhead? Like, even though we didn't kind of got out the area, boys is really like crack, AIDS, additional shit they were using. That shit's going away.
Yeah.
Black people getting smarter. But we getting smarter. We going to school. We just want to live. We just want to live. That's it.
Right.
Like, all kind of shit just happening now.
Yeah.
Bro, why can't we see you?
Me?
Y'all can see, bro?
I can see, bro. I can see.
All right.
I can hear y'all.
It's
I hear cool.
it's
I heard Neve. I'm good.
it's scary, man.
Yeah,
It's scary, dude.
yeah,
And that's what like and what my whole thing when it comes to my kids, I have a young boy, 4 years old, and like I got to get him ready for this shit because it can't be no one slip up, yo. We don't get the opportunities that other motherfuckers get.
yeah.
Right.
Not at all.
We need to listen. I love Joe Budden's podcast. We need a positive song like to get us off. We go some deep off the level. We need some shit to bring us back. Like, come on,
I mean, but I mean,
yeah.
we've been having some fun, man. But like under the radar, there's a couple weird things that has happened, man.
No doubt.
The DR thing is the weirdest to me because it's like
Wow.
I just can't see that because like they niggas too. So why are they targeting our Black American
Nigga,
niggas?
they know we're different.
No,
But I'm saying like
Africans don't look at us like we them.
but I'm saying in the Dominican Republic, they are ancestrally black like we
Yeah.
are.
Right.
The only difference was the stop. Like that's it.
Right.
That's it. It's a
That's
stop
it.
away. So
Yeah.
my thing is motivation wise, it's like, wait a minute, we gotta raise a flag that all these black people, American black people, are being assaulted, murdered. What the fuck?
Yeah. Something ain't right.
The couple from
Okay,
Maryland.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They both died in their room. Like what?
Yeah.
Weren't they white?
No.
No.
Nah.
Okay.
Black couple. Older guy and a younger lady. He was like late 50s. She was like early 40s or something crazy like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit dangerous, yo. Fuck.
You better keep away from Kellen Winslow. Yo,
What
listen.
the fuck is up with that nigga?
Drew,
Oh, you
Drew
see
wasn't
the
here.
snippets we posted?
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I have. But I'm saying, like, I read you masturbating in front of your teammates.
They said,
yeah.
They
yeah.
said he couldn't stop masturbating in front of his teammates.
They said this nigga
And
bought
what team was he playing for when he did
I
that?
think
All
Tampa.
of them.
Nah, my G.
They said he had such a porn. They said his teammates said he had such a porn addiction or some shit
That
like
nigga
that.
said he
You couldn't
bought
come
a
to my
whole.
cookout and pull your
They
dick
said
out.
he
Like,
bought a
what
whole
the fuck?
torso, yo, with
I
an
don't ever
anus
wanna
and a
see it.
vagina,
On the
yo.
road.
And said he was carrying it on the road. A whole half a person. He was carrying in a suitcase. He had clothes in one suitcase and a sex doll in the other.
Banging
Get the fuck
sex
outta
doll on the
here.
road, on the
Yeah.
NFL road.
On the NFL road, yo.
Hey, listen. Tanera really grounded us up about us laughing about. I said, listen, and she didn't really listen to the whole thing. All she heard was us
About
laughing
what?
About rape.
Right. She was like, "Oh, y'all laughing about rape?" I said,
Okay.
"Yeah, listen to the whole
Okay.
thing." If you notice,
Yeah.
she posted the mad face on the post.
Oh.
I gotta check my woman though.
We're not laughing at rape. We just
I need
think
to
that
tell my
what this
household
nigga
like
doing.
she do what she want to do, bro. I was like, I didn't even confront her when she put the mad face. I'm like, sorry.
No,
What I'm gonna say to
so we wasn't laughing, you know what I'm saying, to clear it
At
up,
rape.
sis. Yeah, we were not laughing at rape. We were laughing at the situation because it is wild to think that somebody of a certain stature and caliber is going out here doing some of the wildest things, right? So, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, jeez, why go to power save? I don't know why I
He
did
coming
that.
back.
Whatever. Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, just keep saying power save. I don't know what that's about. I'm gonna move the mouse around or something. Anyway, to think about somebody of that caliber and stature going out here raping somebody of that social status, right? And not to say that it's funny because obviously it happened, but that's just some wild shit, and it being wild is what's funny, right? You know what I'm saying? And you know, you think about somebody who has a mansion or lives somewhere and or you know what I'm saying, who's been rich his whole life when you actually think about it. And in all
Right.
actuality,
They got money.
he's not
Right.
first generation
It would
wealth.
kind of be funny if he just had a girlfriend that was that age. Like that
Right.
would still be
That still would be funny. But to
He could
think
find him an old head freak joint or something.
but to think about somebody just riding around San Diego County when the women are in abundance to go find a homeless 60-year-old woman to assault. That shit is wild.
And listen, you're Kellen Winslow Jr. the son of a Hall of Famer.
San Diego is
NFL
your
player
city,
yourself.
bro. San Diego is your city. You only had to pay for food because of what your father did.
Can I throw something out there real quick?
Absolutely,
And I don't want to pour this into the universe, but there are places and groups of people that role play and do this. If you want some weird shit, if you want to act like you're raping and beating and doing rooms and people groups that there's a place for you to do this and not do that.
Yeah.
Right.
So you can fit. They will let you do this. What the fuck is wrong with you, motherfucking people?
But Juice, it's like you said, it's like feeding a lion, and the lion just come home and the meat already laying there. A lion with that mentality, he needs to go hunt.
Yeah,
I don't
hunt
think
some 58-year-old. Like, did you put a condom on? Did you raw dog? I need details, yo. Right, she ain't showered in months, yo.
So what's the outcome of what's going on here?
Hold up, this is our sister. Hey, we on the podcast right now. What are you doing?
Washing dishes with a bikini on.
She out of control.
Why do we got a bikini on?
Washing dishes. She out of control. We gonna call you back. You need help.
Why did you answer her?
I don't know, cause she tripping.
Hey, can that be a clip? That has to be a clip.
What's wrong with her?
There's no way you're not gonna make that a clip, bro.
What did she say?
Washing dishes with a bikini on.
With a bikini on. Bro, that's going in, dog.
Shout out to my sister Ashley for being the weirdest, most loving person I know.
Shout out Ashley Williams.
That's why motherfuckers. I'm not even gonna go there.
What, be sucking her toes?
Oh,
That's the sucking the toes victim right there.
we back on sucking.
That's exactly why. So when you listen to this, that's exactly why. You know what I'm saying? You be at tables.
Man had your heel in his mouth. When you lick the whole heel, like, listen, if you throw some toe shit, like you suck the big toe or something, nigga, you lick the whole heel, nigga. You want too much. You went too deep like Macau Fife.
Alright,
Hold on, let's talk about the in too deep like Macau Fife shit. We talked about this shit before, but let's address this shit. Macau Fife wasn't in too deep, dog. Like, I don't appreciate, like, why would he say I was in too deep like Macau Fife? Omar Epps was in too deep.
Yeah.
That shit really bothers my soul every time I hear it.
And you know the theories, they be like, oh, yo, they meant, you know what I'm saying, he was in too deep, like on Othello. I'm like, yo, you're not gonna sell me on that. Don't do it.
No.
Don't do it.
In too deep is Omar Epps and LL Cool J.
Correct. Yeah, you're not gonna sell me, oh, you meant Othello when he was messing with the white girl and she killed Josh Hart. Nah.
No, I don't let them bars ride.
No.
Listen, I'm the type nigga, I'm a bar nigga. You gotta explain them bars to me.
Ain't nobody ever asked Kanye all these years. It must be in his rider. Don't ask him those questions. Get him 6 cases of Aquafina, some Haribo gummy bears, and never ask him about the In Too Deep verse. It must be in his rider.
Gummy bears be that shit. Shout out to Trell. Trell put me on the gold package.
Yeah, that's my shit. Oh, for sure.
Get your life together.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, hey, CVS, y'all be fucking me up with that because I get them every time at a CVS or Walgreens.
You see, I got lemon in my water. I ain't been having no candy, no nothing. A nigga 258, a 256 right now, pointing at shit.
Still getting
water
dumb.
is the key. Water's the key.
Still getting dumb.
I ain't had no bread in the month and a half, baby.
We was at your birthday party. You was eating bread. You're lying. And,
I ain't eat no bread at birthday party. I had banana pudding though.
And you had motherfucking 2 bags of hot chips. T, I'm snitching.
Yo, you know what?
It
You
was
a whole
actually
sucker though. Listen, right? I had some hot chips, right? This motherfucker told on me so fucking quick. This motherfucker, then they gonna tell her, oh, I had 6 bags of hot chips. I had a big bag of hers. I had 99-cent bag, so it's half full.
Yeah.
So it's really like a 50-cent bag. You know how that goes.
Yeah. Right.
Yo, listen, there's nothing in the world better than hers hot chips that's rippled. Oh my God, nigga. Like, you ain't had a hot chip till you had your hers hot chips rippled, dog. Like, that shit is a whole nother level of chips. Shout out to anybody who know about that shit.
I almost bought some Lay's when I was in Jersey, and I turned around and there was the Utz.
Yo, you fat as shit. Like, you left all kinds of snacks in my house. Like, we on a diet. This motherfucker left fucking
Butterscotch crimpets.
Crumpets. You like fucking Lay's potato chips on the refrigerator. Hey, you left your ball shorts over there too.
Did I? The black ones?
No, they like gray and blue or some shit. I think.
Shit. All right. Well,
I'm gonna to wear them soon. Shout out to Jay Weezy who wore all my ball shorts and he was 6'5". Like this nigga was big as shit wearing all my clothes. Like dead serious.
I'm mad you said you gonna be able to wear my ball shorts, sir. Fuck out of here.
Nah, I'm gonna bring him when I come to Texas, yo.
Shout out to Jay Weezy.
Yeah. Jay Weezy somewhere in Texas too. Juice, we might need to get on a road trip and go find Jay Weezy.
Yeah, we hung out a little while back, man. He actually inboxed me too.
Oh shit.
Jay Weezy, we need to get up though.
Yeah, he hit me the day for Father's Day. I hit him up.
We need to link
You know,
up.
he had his first child in the last year or so.
Yeah.
A word?
And
I gotta catch.
I don't even know. Don't even quote me on what he got. I think he got a little. I hope he got a little girl. I'll be hating on him.
He not even far from me, bro.
Yeah, we might need to go find him
with
when you come down.
Yeah,
we can all link up.
Get up. Yeah, for sure.
Listen, this nigga. I told this story before in the podcast, but fuck it, a lot of motherfuckers don't know about this shit, right? So I had a pair of what's the shit? They look like Nikes, but they was all in different colors. The sneaks. What was they, Rob?
Baby Napes.
I had some Baby Napes, right?
Yeah.
But I didn't have a lay for them, right? So they were sitting in the box for like months and months and months. I ain't have a lay for them, right? So what we used to do is, as a family, and our family was me, Rel, Ashley, and anybody else that was in our little squad, we would go get something to eat. We go to the movies, right? So we went to get something to eat. We go to the movies. Now, I wore 11 and a half. Jay Weezy wear 13, right? So I go in the movies. I see Jay Weezy with a broad coming out the movies, right? Guess what he got on his feet? My fucking Baby Napes I never wore, right? And guess what? As soon as I seen him with the Baby Napes I never wore, it started thunderstorm raining out fucking side. So these motherfucking runs in my Baby Napes I never wore. Jay Weezy, you owe me $20. Like, I'm about to fuck motherfucker right now. Like,
You're about to get it
fucking bread, dog.
50 cents. Money.
No, he make good money. You got to come up off that 200 when I come down to Texas. Oh, we rumbling. We slap boxing. First one 5 to the head or something. He gonna owe me something. Fuck that. I know funny. I told you that story.
Fun times.
Hilarious.
All right, what we at?
All right.
What we got? Okay, so I saw when they see us. All right, because I saw when they see us. I watched it.
Okay.
Couple things that stood out to me, man. Fucking Ava DuVernay is a fucking genius, right?
Yeah.
She brought that whole thing to life, right? That last episode that was totally about Corey was fucking compelling and masterful.
Bull killed that shit, didn't
and I mean, dude was there, right? So everybody was moved by it, but honestly, I was not. Right, so a lot of emotion.
Moved by what, bro?
By the movie or the miniseries. Everybody was.
Wasn't moved by it?
I was not moved by it emotionally to the point of tears. Right.
Right.
What did get me was the Oprah interview. Right, I was in tears during the. So there's an Oprah interview on Netflix. So they got the actors up there, and then they bring out the exonerated 5, right?
Oh shit!
Yo, so that's what I was jumping into. When they see us, amazing work. I'm probably gonna watch it again because it was just that good. But that Oprah interview with all of them, bruh, that shit broke me. That shit broke me. You know what I mean? And old boy, shout out to what's his name, Jarrell Jerome, who played Corey Wise. He got that shit down.
Yo, by himself. Them scenes by himself.
Oh, in the cell.
Solitary.
Oh,
that nigga did most of his time in solitary.
That's crazy. And to think that he's still around, you know what I'm saying? He the only one that still live in New York.
He's the only one who hasn't left New York.
Yeah, he live in New York.
He still live in Harlem.
Yeah, that shit crazy. And I didn't realize that he was slow or whatever. There's something more. Yeah, that some level of autism or something is up with him.
Yeah. Oh, so you really like that in real life?
In real life, yeah.
Yeah, definitely great acting, man. I ain't gonna lie to you, dog. I ain't cried over a movie. I don't know if I've ever cried over a movie, but when I saw that, man, I was in bed with my wife actually. I tried to fight that shit because I was like, not tonight. Like I just want to be tough. And I just his whole story, man, it fucked me up. Because I was just thinking these look, man, America has got us believing that young people, period, not just black, white, whatever, that 16 and 17, even 18, you're an adult. And you really not, man. You ain't even scratched. But just to think that at 16 years old, you know what I'm saying, you would, you basically, your whole life is ruined. Oh, help someone out just because you don't want
One
your
mistake.
homies.
One mistake.
Just one. I mean, this is just you loyalty, man. You know how it is in the hood, man, or just friendship. Like you just, man, I don't want you to go. I ain't leaving you. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna just go hang with you. And it's like it turned out he had the worst time out of all them guys, and so I just started reflecting on that. He didn't get to see his mom. He had to imagine seeing his mom. I really did think it was also pretty jacked up what was going on with his brother, who was trying to, transition into being a woman or was, acting as a woman. That little piece in there too, man, was rough, man. I mean, it was like that whole dynamic was just filled with pain and this. I mean, it was just like, yo, that was it for me.
Like
And
the whole,
go ahead.
the craziest part is if that man who actually did the rape didn't come forward and say and break down in specifics what happened, they would still be considered the guys who did it. When another rape that he did 4 months later, with the same exact type situation happened with the same officer and the same district attorney and the same judge, and nobody thought to compare those situations. Like, damn, you would think with being a cop, being a DA, there's some type of integrity that comes with it, some type of wanting to stand by the oath that you pledged, that would want to fix a wrongdoing.
Yeah.
You would think those words would mean something when you.
Man, that's the hard part, man. Like, and that's not to get too far or just too deep, but like, you ever seen that meme? Those memes where it say how you sleep at night knowing you blah blah blah, and it'll show like somebody sleeping real comfortable like this, right?
Yeah.
So the whole point is like, how do you sleep at night knowing that you racist as shit, and so are the systems that you work in and under, and they sleep very well. They sleep like this, very very well. Like so the point is, while you supposed to have compassion or sympathy or empathy or feel for people, they really don't look at us on the same level.
That's why the name of the movie is When They See
When they
Us.
see us.
Yeah.
What they see is not human beings. They don't see their child or see their brother.
So I'm about to say, they get a chance to be teenagers.
Right. They literally convinced 5 boys, and only 2 of them, I believe, knew each other, that they all raped a lady together in Central Park at 14, 15, and 16 years old. And Corey Wise literally only went because his man's was going.
But that's like the young boy, the youngest one. He took his instrument in the house and dropped his instrument off, and should have stayed in the house,
Yeah.
but decided to go see what was going on.
Kevin Richardson.
Right.
Right. Yeah, Kevin Richardson was the youngest one. But
I think
go ahead, Juice. That shit wild.
I think the thing that really got me too, man, was when he went back in his mind and he thought about when the girl told him to stay, and
Yeah.
like he left her, and then he went to the park anyway. And it just, to me, it's really you know, it's just an example, man, of how choices you make in life, man. You know, we don't know.
All it takes is one car ride, one wrong.
We only live, you know, as far as we know, we've only lived this life one time. So we don't really know what's going to happen. Every day, every moment is a gamble. It's a gamble. And it's just, it's unfortunate for us, I think, as Black Americans, the choices we have to make, we have to really put almost like, we have to put scientific a level decision thinking into what we do because we have so many choices that could literally change our lives. And you're right, Rail. It's like even for our kids, I'm still having to talk to my kids about racism when they don't even live the life that we was living. They don't even know what that is.
But
But
cops
they
don't
still have
see,
the same
cops don't see
hardships.
the life they live though.
Right.
They still see a black face.
Yeah.
But see, the whole twist with that is like you can make a decision at 14, right? Even do the time that they gave you to do, and get out here in the real world. And remember when the guy, the Puerto Rican boy, he came home and they told him, listen, if he's a convicted felon, you can't work the same shift he works in here.
Mm-hmm.
Like the difficulties of even surviving. Like what fair chance? Okay, you went to jail, you did your time. Let me come home and get a fair opportunity to live a life that's even just okay, where I can just make it. How can you do that for a decision you make at 14, dog, that affect the rest of your life? You don't get a fair chance at anything.
Mm-hmm.
It's decisions I made at 21. I look back at it now like, damn, what the fuck? I'm talking about 21 years old. I was in the military. I was able to buy liquor. I made a bunch of mistakes at 21. We talking about 14, 15 years old. I wasn't grown at 21 for real. I had a grown age, but I didn't have a grown mentality.
I call it fake grown.
Mm-hmm.
You ain't real grown till you like start buying the shit that gotta go up, like refrigerators and stoves and all that. 21, you ain't doing all that. So you're right. That's pseudo grown.
When I was
I
21,
be mad as shit. I gotta buy a new iron right now, yo. It's annoying me. And if you know anything about me, what I got going on right now, the fact that I'm pissed off that I gotta buy a fucking iron, it's annoying.
Right, like,
shit. I'm like, fuck.
I can remember when I bought the house in VA, I bought a crib in VA that my mom owned. She told me we need a new AC system. I went and got the AC system. I'm like, all right, cool, we good. I got the AC system. She like, we need new windows. I'm like, what the fuck, dog? Like, I just bought the fucking, like, you're not trying to hear that at that age. Now, being grown, you get those things now. You get what I'm saying? Like, you understand that now. These windows is going to change the whole bill situation as far as your AC or your heat or whatever, because it's not, you get what I'm saying? But at that age, it's like, listen, you told me I need an AC, all right, cool, we got that. Fuck you mean we need windows? Like, you're not trying to hear that kind of shit at that age.
Shit nuts, yo. But yeah, man, shout out to Ava.
I swear we was gonna talk about rap most of this episode. That's what we was.
Damn, what did we have that was rap? I don't even know what we had.
I don't know. We just gonna go on some legacy shit and let it run, but
I think we needed this Superman because, like I say, it's some weird shit going on.
Oh, no doubt. I swore, like, my mindset was, I told y'all that when we was talking, well, you was already going, just I said, yo, next week might be just like a hip hop joint, because we need to do like once every 6 months. We need to have that discussion where we just talk about rap and just, you know, those would be the good ones.
Yeah.
Too. But I swore this might have been that one because it's been a short week. We talk Wednesday night.
Yeah.
And it's Sunday night we back at it. But I mean, hey, congrats to us for, you know, I had fucking 9 things on the dot, and I didn't even touch Kyle Lowry or we smoking around your kids. So we touched 7 points, and then y'all did what y'all do, which is the most beautiful thing in the world. When I don't go to you know how much shit I felt then.
Hey, let's give you a shout out, man. You do a very good job of throughout the week keeping us focused, putting up subjects and content. Man, you the
that
glue.
Nigga's
man.
annoying, yo. He get on my fucking nerves with all that shit.
Golly,
yo. Like,
He the glue, man.
Yeah, shout out to you,
Hey, I
bro.
appreciate that, man. Hey, listen, I love this podcast, man. Hey, the name of this episode, Rel, write it down.
No, nigga, text it when you send the fucking list, man. I'm busy, dog.
Listen, write it down now. My stripper named Butterscotch. That's a good
yes,
time. That's a good
yeah.
Hey, if you a grown man and you already know what you gonna come out to as a stripper, your song, hey, that flag on the play, young man.
I would fuck the game up. I would probably come out with like some lock shit like, if you hope we wouldn't make it, fuck you. Suck the heart full of hatred, fuck you. And my stripper name would have been Peanut Butter. Like,
Ah, man, this nigga.
You gotta come out to knock yourself out. You know what I'm saying? You gotta come out there. Knock yourself out.
Oh, yeah.
That little X shit. I mean, That shit. All right, man. So
Yeah,
real quick,
nah.
yo, I see Safari says to Erica Mena, "Happy Father's Day to my beautiful wife, who's been at all her young king's life."
Here we go with that goofy
What?
shit.
Yeah, I have such a problem with that.
That
You know
gotta be
what?
the
Hold up.
dumbest thing you
And that's
did.
crazy. Because I was going to let this shit rock, right?
Yeah.
But fuck it, we here now. It's a difference, and it's crazy. Because, all right, like at my job, I see a lot of women, like Mother's Day came around, and I wish a lot of women Happy Mother's Day. If I didn't know you was a mother, I would wish you Happy Mother's Day weekend.
Mm-hmm.
And it shouldn't matter. Don't get me wrong. What's most important is what my family think of me and stuff like that as far as me being a dad or the people who really know me. But there's a major difference in how a community or just in general is treated as far as Mother's Day and how Father's Day is treated. I might have got Happy Father's Day, and it's a lot of people who know I have children.
See that?
And there was no Happy Father's Day given out for people who know for a fact I have children. So, I mean, end of the day, not saying that that makes my day or makes my weekend because it doesn't, but to me, it just stands out because the amount of effort is put. And us as men, we put that much effort into women to make them feel good in every aspect. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you really care about and it's like Chris Rock said. Chris Rock said, if your wife cook dinner, you tell the kids tell your mom, then it tastes good. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we're built to just always compliment our women. And is that, I mean, I get that from the people who mean the most to me, but I'm just saying as a community or just.
It's an issue. I think we have to start recognizing men and what we're doing. Let's not talk about
You know
the
what,
past.
yo? You know what? You hear a lot of times, my bad.
No, go ahead.
For cutting you off, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
Well, that's what you're supposed to do.
Exactly.
And I've heard that from women before. Oh, you're supposed to do this for your kid. But in the same token, when you don't call them or text them on Mother's Day, it's like, oh, you didn't text me on Mother's Day. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's what you're supposed to do, right?
I think it's something worth talking about, but I think it's going to always be a sticky situation because of the emotional value to it. It's like women that's how they function. That's their playground. And I think even for me, like, people was like, "What you doing for Father's Day?" Or I'm not expecting a gift. It's just a day because like this is shit I do every day. I love being around my kids.
Gift?
Huh?
Do you give your wife a gift?
Of course, and it's like
not
if you
not
don't.
your wife. I'm not saying that. You know what I'm saying? A Sherry is all love, but you know what I'm saying.
But we do because I think for them it just means so much. It just means so much for them to have us involved in that way. Women just make that big a deal, but I do think it's an issue. I mean, everybody has been catered to. Mothers get a bag of stuff. LGBT community, this they whole month, and it's like when it come to Father's Day, I can't lie, I ain't really seen a lot of like Father's Day shit.
Know what I did? Honestly, I went through my phone. Every father that I knew, I sent the text because you know what? I feel like we have to do it for each other because ain't nobody doing it for us.
Right. That's
Not
true.
saying that we need that. I don't need
We
it.
do need it. We do need it.
There's nothing wrong with getting it. It feels good to get it though.
Let's own it. Let's say it. We need it. We like to be complimented. We like to get it's okay, and I think that's okay because they need to know that we need it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Even though I'm there, I don't even want to discount that. I need it. Let me speak for myself. I need compliments.
It feel good. It feel good. It feel regardless of whatever. Like, and you might downplay it. Oh, no problem. You know. You know what I'm saying? Like I think. Listen, every time my woman put a plate in front of me, I thank her. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? Like that's what we're raised to compliment. When we was kids, you was raised to compliment your mama. That's what you do. You compliment your woman. They so emotional. We have feelings too, though.
So, ladies,
baby, you look good. Your haircut looks sharp.
Yep.
Nothing wrong with that.
So let me help you out, ladies. It's a man in the house right now taking care of the kids, paying the bills. Suck his dick right now. Just suck his dick. Trust me. Suck his dick. He don't even care about that other shit. The fucker card, just suck his dick. You like, damn, where that come from? Hey, I just want to show you we appreciate you in here.
Yeah. Ain't nothing wrong with that. No appreciation. I'm a better cook when I get some at night.
Hey, I function better on some pussy, man. Like if I'm If I'm
The
2
shit that
days,
pissed
3
you
days
off,
out.
the shit that pissed you off when you ain't had nothing about 4 days, and the shit
Yeah,
that broke
ooh.
that from that is different shit.
Yeah.
Fact.
Yeah.
She get a little different.
Yeah, it's true.
The fuck you say, Nick? Oh, no what? Hey, brother, have a good day, brother.
Yeah.
You all right.
Yeah. I
God
was
bless
wrong.
you. All right. Okay.
Yeah, that's true.
And nigga, what you say, nigga? You need some hot sauce. Nigga, come here.
Yeah, that's true.
That shit funny.
Real nigga. Damn, hell of an episode, gentlemen.
Yeah.
We did good. We did good. We did good this time, for sure. We do good every time.
Definitely. Another classic. Hey, man, enjoy what's left about Father's Day, because come Monday, they're going to have a honey-do list waiting for us.
Mm-hmm.
You already know.
Probably got that every day.
Nigga, like, oh, you think you just going to sit home and have a day off, huh?
Yeah.
Exactly what I thought.
Don't nobody care about your Father's Day, nigga. Get up. Oh, shit.
I know. It's so disrespectful.
Yeah.
That's all I ask for. Just don't leave me a list of shit to do. Just let me just chill. I ain't about here in these streets. Anything else on your minds?
Let me see, man.
I don't know what the shot gonna do without Jason Mitchell. I know he did some fucked up shit, but I just don't see.
And what did he do exactly? I don't.
He's sexy harassing women.
Yeah, man, he has multiple harassment
What's
cases.
the details though?
I don't think it's out yet.
I think he just said things in a sexual manner.
No, he was doing some shit too. It was some physical. I mean, not as far as like rape, but I think it was some physical interactions inappropriate that he was asked to not do. Made cast members, women feel uncomfortable around him. You know, it's gonna come out.
You gotta be a whole creep then. We got some basic pervert in us. You know what I'm saying? Like you looking at somebody, but like you touching and talking and acting crazy to folks. These days, especially, I don't understand.
Nah,
he really thought
he did, but I couldn't really see the details. You know what I'm saying?
They be making out, and he really be like, "Oh, so you the trouble after this?"
Yeah, like he be making out.
Right. He's like, "Yo, let's grab the ass and
Will Smith and Nas invest in a banking act that teaches teens about financial literacy. If you listen to this podcast, father, mother, cousin, sister, brother, teach your kids about financial literacy. It is so important. I'm making my point. You can't hear us?
I hear him.
I might have to back up. I can hear.
Okay.
Go ahead, Rob.
Yeah, teach your kids about financial literacy. It is very important. Do not fall in the trap where you make it seem taboo or make it seem that it's not something you should talk about. There's nothing wrong with discussing money. It is the absolute one of the worst things they do in the black community for us, right? We literally make a living on talking about spending money, but we never talk about saving money or how to utilize the things we have. So it really starts with us, man. I force my kids. I let them know what it is. I put them on a budget. I tell them when I don't have it. I tell them when I do have it. Everybody has to know what the beat is, man. It is not taboo to discuss finances. That is a fucking lie. Stop believing it, right? We spend so much time fronting about the shit we have and don't have, and then less time talking about how we can make shit better for everybody else.
And let's set up life insurance so our kids ain't got to worry about burying us, man.
Oh, man.
You know what I mean? And barbecues and fish fries get thrown.
Let's do it, man. Let's like. And I backed out a little bit, but I was just with just with the family, man. My father, my aunt, and them, and just talking about wishes, man. None of us make it out of here as immortal life beings. We all die, man. And so we would be wise as black people. We're not inviting death when we have conversations about what it is you want your death wishes to be. We're not inviting that. We're just properly preparing. So T.K. Kirkland always had this thing that sticks with me, man. He like, death should be a come up, and far too often should be a come up for your family. Not no bad way. We sit around crying because we can't bury our fucking people. We really should be celebrating their life because we left insurance policies, and now somebody wealth generation and transfer going on. You know what I'm saying?
I got 4 of them, bro. Like shit gonna be set.
I got an episode request, man. I really think we need to do a segment next show about cryptocurrency. I really think that this is definitely something. I had a conversation with someone the other day. Actually, shout out to Marcus, man. Hardhead at Fresh Sonic Studio. I'm always in there doing something uh, about cryptocurrency. Just a different technology people are going to be involved in. Well, not just black people, everybody, but black people need to be involved in it. Y'all, AI is here. It's not going anywhere. It's going to get increasingly crazy. So we need to know what's going on. Programmers, all coding, all this shit. This is our life. There's new markets that will appear. So we need to be talking about this. We need to jump ahead and see what new economies we could be a part of for sure.
Yeah, man. I've been investing in crypto for it's been almost 2 years, man. So I'm a little heavy in it. I was like,
hey, we need to wrap.
Yeah.
I texted you offline, but I really want to get like I want to start dumping some money into it. Yeah. And I want to start spreading out some investments.
I was basically the broker, not even basically. I still am the broker for about 15 or 20 people today.
Okay.
Yeah, like today. All of crypto cool stuff is, I brokered all his stuff, Cuzzo, all my friends, all my family at work. Like I'm not a novice when it comes to cryptocurrency at this point. Not at all.
Okay, let's do it.
Yeah,
let's do it.
I'm in. You should have told me. I was smiling from ear to ear when you said it. Like that's my wheelhouse, man. Like so.
But it's here, yeah. and I want to discuss it, man. I'm thankful for this podcast because if y'all listen, and we know y'all listening, y'all need to share this. It's gems on here. I'm turning it now, but it's gems here. Like it's really gems you not gonna really get nowhere else.
Hey, picking this shit up when I jump in my bag and get like that. This shit.
Hey, real quick, we really be on some gem shit because I ain't gonna say like when we was talking about the NBA. The Rachel Nichols and the ESPN crew brought it up. I'm like, yo, that was on the podcast last week where they talked about the African influence, the international influence on the finals. And they were
I seen that. Cool.
Flag draped over their shoulders. They talked about Serge Ibaka. They talked about the NBA going to Africa. I was like, man, we be talking about that shit.
Yo, I be hearing the best podcast 2 weeks later, talk about some shit we talked about 2 weeks ago.
We be on it for real.
That should be real, man.
We be ahead of the curve, dog. So, hey, y'all really need to.
And we're y'all.
Yeah.
We not up. We not up. We y'all. We listen, dog.
Yeah.
I gotta do shit to make this time. I don't just be having this time sitting around.
Like I know, like we should get motherfucking. You know how hard it is to coordinate this fucking podcast.
Going in the hole right now,
it's 4 people. It's 4 men with 4 different lives.
Live in 4 different places.
We can't even meet.
Right.
Nigga, y'all see what I do? I be driving in the car, talking to motherfucking people and shit. Like,
for sure.
But I gotta be involved, man.
Nigga, it was a reason I was 6 minutes late. That's all I'm gonna say.
It's always something, man.
But on that note.
Wrap it up, B.
I gotta get up at 4 o'clock in the morning, B. I gotta make videos too, B.
Yeah.
All right, we're gonna go ahead and close this one out, man. This is Brothers Talking Shit, episode 48, which is named, my stripper name is Butterscotch.
Hey, yo, we gotta think. We coming up on 50 soon, yo. So we gotta think of some cool shit to do. All right, I'm just saying. You know what I'm saying? We coming up on 50. That's a huge milestone.
It's soon. Yeah.
You know what I think about? I think about the growth. Like we went from something different. You know how many phases we've been through? Just shit you did for like 4 weeks and then it went away. And then,
for sure. Yeah.
We've been through so many fucking angles and shit. Cool was supposed to have his own little segment he never went to, but
we got popping, baby.
Now you got a page in a group. People
I know we got a page and that shit go hard every day.
Yo, shout out to the shorty who posts so crazy.
Tracy Warren, right?
Yeah. Warren,
listen, she posts more than he with this fucking shit.
She do, man.
She
loves
it.
Anybody who rock with us, man, point blank period. Shout out to y'all guys. We take time out of our day to make this shit happen. And like I said, man, and I say cool always say like this makes my week. I could be having, man, listen, I've had better weekends. You get what I'm saying? But getting on here with y'all, I can be flush. You know what I'm saying? I put me to the back for a little bit, and I'm gonna go grab him, and we go, get the we gotta get to.
Yeah.
But I'm flush right now, and y'all made my weekend, man. I ain't hold you.
Hey, Josh.
Episode 48.
We gone,
All right, man.
Love y'all, man. Happy Father's Day, man.
Hey, enjoy
Happy Father's Day.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Well, we got like 2 hours left. Enjoy it.
Yeah.
Hey, bro, your Father's Day over since yesterday.
There you go. Stop telling my business, yo. I holler, man.
No, see, that
Let me stop.